Welcome to the Bookers Alliance podcast, where we hold the pencil and the pencil is power. Coming at you right now is your host, Marky Mark, along with the man, the myth, the legend, Frank Donaldson. Join us as we discuss the ever-changing landscape of professional wrestling. So hang on tight, you jabronis, and enjoy the ride. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you for joining today's episode of the Bookers Alliance podcast. Come on inside the house, bring yourself up a ringside seat, get your soda, your popcorn, your whiskey, get everything you need because we having an afternoon rumble.
Oh, yeah, we are. We got to get up early, so get your breakfast, get your syrup, get your pancakes, get your sausage,
burritos,
get your eggs.
Get everything.
Get all that stuff up because we need you fresh and ready to go Saturday afternoon for the Royal Rumble. Good
Happening
Lord.
at 2 o'clock on the East Coast, and obviously our topic today is going to be about the Royal Rumble emanating from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.
We're not going to speculate on Backlash today? Today isn't a speculate on Backlash kind of day?
No,
it's
not
in Chicago,
Backlash.
though. I mean, don't we want to talk about
Not Backlash, not Evolution.
Yeah.
Not
well, Evolution is a mystery,
It's a
so I
mystery.
mean, we can't necessarily speculate on that. So
yeah, because you don't know.
yeah, ball and chain is all I see. So I mean, you know.
But before we get to today's topic, let's shout out our sponsor, Jack.
Hold on, did you say sponsor? All right, Booker T. Tell a Booker T.
We got our Jack Daniels, Gentleman Jack, our sponsor for this week.
There you go.
So double mellowed, sir.
All right.
Cheers to the Rumble. Good old Jack.
Nice and smooth.
Jack never fails.
Not on our end. I mean, we need to really get down to see if we can get a show done from their location. Maybe
Absolutely.
Maybe if we get to Kentucky, we go down to Jack and just tell him, hey, since you guys been a loyal sponsor for so long, maybe you just let us broadcast. We'll do our first video show from there.
Tennessee ain't but a hop, skip, and a jump.
There you go. Well, I don't know. Right now, it's like a ski and a bobsled. But
True.
We could make our way there.
True. So we drinking Jack today. We need Taker on the podcast. We got Taker. Producer, we got Taker. You didn't get Taker.
No.
What about Miss Taker? Did we get Miss Taker?
Well, I saw Taker on, who was that? Was it Cody's show this week?
Taker on Cody's show, and then Cody's on Taker's show.
Yeah.
I saw Taker on Cody's, but I ain't seen Cody on Taker's yet. While we're talking about the competition, so to speak, but I mean, obviously they got a little bit more endorsement than we got from the company. Yeah, Hunter.
I also saw Trish Stratus is going to be on Stephanie's podcast this week, so I'll be watching that.
Y'all need a producer for that show.
I'm saying, I mean, I don't know who that little girl is that sits there with Stephanie.
We can help.
Right. I mean, but she
will volunteer.
Yeah, she don't know enough about the product to help carry the conversation.
Right.
So I mean,
right.
We'll go down at freelance. We just
we need the experience.
No, we need the rub.
Right. Yeah, true.
Yeah, let's call it exactly what we're thinking of when we're saying it. We want the rub. Stephanie and Trish, they take your pick. I mean, switch them out. We swap them up, whatever needs to be done. But just letting you know.
All right, let's talk about some of these matches that's happening at this Royal Rumble. First thing first, let's talk about Drew McIntyre versus Sami Zayn.
Okay.
Sami Zayn, hometown ties here. I mean, maybe home country ties. I mean, how are they building this?
I don't know. Well, let's see.
Canada was home country, but he's also got ties to Saudi Arabia.
We already did the whole Drew one in his home country or his homeland. So I mean, does Sammy take the title from him in his homeland and then carry the title into WrestleMania and have a big blow off pay-per-view WrestleMania match with whoever may be named, shall yet to be named?
All right, so y'all know I've been riding with Sammy for a long time.
Yeah, you have.
I've been riding with Sammy since I thought he was going to maybe take the ship in Elimination Chamber, emanating from Canada.
Yeah, you thought he was going to beat Roman Reigns for the world title, and I was like, I think we're going to have to stop doing the show. I was seriously contemplating either replacing or being replaced because I was like, if this is where we're going in the conversation at this point now, we're nowhere near synced up.
I was going to get McTakered.
Yeah, essentially. I mean, that's what I was thinking because I'm like, we're not synced up at all now. If you think Sammy's going to walk away from this event with Roman's title, and you were dead set, you were like, I can see it. And I'm like, what? Stevie Wonder can see some things too. It's just not necessarily what the rest of us see. Exactly. You just don't see what the rest of us see. So I'm like,
All right. So what does that mean for this match for me? So am I still riding with Sammy? No.
Oh, okay. I mean, I don't worry. I'm riding with him that he'll have a good match.
It'll be a great match,
that he'll do exactly what he needs to do.
Drew is going to cheat his way out of this.
Yeah, absolutely no way Sammy's winning this title at Royal Rumble. And if he does, I mean, color me confused. I would have no clue where he would go going forward. I couldn't even pretend to make up a storyline. I mean, unless KO was coming back and they were trying to crown him or something.
So same brain. I just sat here in my thoughts. I was like, how in the world would this happen? I mean, I was sitting here thinking like KO's music plays.
Yeah, like is there any way
Drew
possible?
gets distracted, Sammy with a roll up and gets the pin. I mean,
right, yeah, and even that, as I'm thinking it, I'm like, yuck. So I mean, they can do it, but
unless KO can get back in the ring, that means Drew and KO can't touch, and there's no reason.
Yeah,
for that.
And then we got to deal with Sammy as world champ with no real contender if they go on to their own feud. So yeah, no, yuck. UICK, yuck. No, we're not doing that.
Not a good spot there. Even though I wouldn't mind seeing Sammy get it, I just don't think it's going to happen.
So, I mean, is he deserving of it? Yes. Will it ever happen? Probably not. I mean,
not in the current era.
No,
There's no way.
His time isn't endless, right? I mean, we talk about Father Time all the time, but he's the same age as all the other guys we always talk about in that bottleneck situation. Yeah. So your top guys are all between like 35 and 41, and Sammy fits right in that window, which means his window is about as wide open as those other guys, and I don't see him ascending over those guys.
Now, if they wanted to get the pop, I mean, you can book a way into that all day long, and none of it's pretty. But I mean, like, if Sammy was to get one over on Drew somehow or another, get the pinfall sneakily, and get the pop from the crowd, Sammy as champ, and then maybe Drew has like an automatic rematch clause somewhere in that contract somewhere that he can enact whenever, and then he looks over at the ref and says, I'm doing my rematch now, and then
holy hell,
somehow gets Sammy back.
Lord.
Like, I mean, there's ways to get it, but it's stupid.
Yeah,
none of it's good.
Everything you just said sounds like something Tony Khan would have said last week when he was booking AEW. The difference is he puts it on TV. We say it as a joke and send it on our way. Hopefully nobody picks it up and listens to it, but I'm sure Tony's probably listening now like, wait a minute.
Road Dogg don't get no ideas.
Yeah, no kidding. Right? Like, I know you guys listen, like we get it, so we're just letting you know these are jokes.
Yeah,
this is for entertainment purposes only, and not world wrestling entertainment.
So definitely going to be a good match. Definitely going to be a hard hitting match.
Oh yeah,
they're going to take it to each other. But I think we both agree on the outcome. Drew is definitely walking away as champ.
100%. Like I said, if he doesn't, color me surprised, because that will be a shock that I never saw coming.
Let's talk about the match that I want to see, but I am not looking forward to. AJ Styles versus Gunther.
I'm excited for that match.
I'm excited for it too, but I am not looking forward to the probable outcome that's about to happen.
Now, see, I think we got different perspectives on this outcome now. I'm still of the mind of thinking that AJ is going to get his retirement tour, his true retirement tour.
Okay.
Because, I mean, even this Monday on Raw, right, the whole concept was if you beat me for the title, you get your title shot if you also beat Gunther. I don't think they give us that tease of AJ and CM Punk and then not pay it off with an ending to the match to never go back to it again, right?
So, all right, I've gone a couple different ways. I've looked at it a couple different scenarios. The scenario in my mind that's most probable is Gunther is going to beat AJ, which of course will retire AJ. And a lot of people, just like you said, AJ, they're going to give him his full retirement tour, blah, blah, blah. In thinking about it and looking at things, AJ's been on a retirement tour. He was on the retirement tour same time John Cena was on a retirement tour.
Yeah, but he got no publicity for it.
I don't think AJ wanted that. AJ's the type of guy, honestly. AJ, he's done it all. He's seen it all. He don't need that final farewell. He wasn't WWE created. John needed that. John needed the IC belt. John needed the 17-time world champion.
He owed it to WWE, the same as WWE owed it.
Right. So there was some things within John Cena that you're like, okay, I see why John got it this way. But with AJ, I feel like he's been on a retirement tour. It's just been low key. I mean, he got to say goodbye in Japan in front of the Japanese crowd. He got a crazy match with AJ. He had a crazy match with John. He had a crazy match with Punk. I mean, there's just been a crazy match with Nakamura. I don't know who else in WWE that he needs to touch. I don't. If you can tell me like 2 or 3 more names that he needs to get in the ring with to make it a legit retirement tour, you might can swing me that way. But he's done everything he needed to do.
I absolutely could give you a couple of names that he needs to work with before he goes on his way out, and that's some guys from TNA. I mean, we've got a working relationship with TNA, but yet we haven't taken advantage of AJ Styles in a TNA ring yet under the WWE banner.
He got there,
or vice versa.
He got there the first night they were on.
Yeah, but that was a segment.
It was just a segment.
There was no wrestling. He didn't work with any young guys. He didn't put anybody on the map.
Who in TNA would you put him in there with?
So you put him in there with the guy that was tagging with Javon Evans, the
Leon Slater.
Yeah, but what's their championship name? The
X Division.
X Division. Yeah, you get him to work with an X Division guy. You get him to work with your world champ. I mean, Kaz was the world champ before they started on A&E or whatnot. So they are.
Yeah, Santana
AMC?
In there now.
Yeah, Santana's in there now.
But him and Santana never tangled.
No, there's definitely no history between them. But you could still go back to a guy like Kaz. But I really want to see AJ put over some young talent, or at least elevate some young talent. Obviously, the young talent he's going to put over would be Gunther. I mean, that's probably the only loss he would take.
Again, that card's been played. John did that card with Saturday Night Main Event, his last match.
But that was one match, so I feel like AJ could do that for months.
He could.
He could carry that until SummerSlam. Now,
he could. I just don't think they're going to go back to the well.
Would it be poetic for him to end on Royal Rumble, considering he debuted on Royal Rumble 10 years later? Yes, but again, like, what does he leave behind if he does it just for Gunther? Because, I mean, Gunther's already established. There's nothing there that he helps with.
He is established, but I mean, if you're billing Gunther right now as the legend killer, so to speak, 2.0.
Yeah,
right?
The career killer. Apparently they've trademarked that.
So if you're billing him as that, he goes into a career-killing match with AJ and he doesn't win, you busted Gunther. That's kind of how I'm looking at it. It's like, why put this stip on the match if it ain't going to happen? Knowing Gunther is looking at eyeballing Brock Lesnar for a SummerSlam match to retire Lesnar as well. I mean,
so
it's just,
we're back at the same issue we were at last week with this conversation is, if Gunther beats AJ at Rumble, what does Gunther do at WrestleMania? Because, I mean, once we're done with Rumble, I mean, we're literally right around the corner from Mania at that point. So where does he go from here?
So I think you're going to get Brock. You're going to get Gunther kind of looking at Brock after if he beats AJ, it'll come out building Gunther and Brock at Mania, and then you'll get a rematch at SummerSlam with Brock doing the same thing AJ's doing. If I don't beat you, my career's done. It'll be a career-end match.
Well, at that point, now we're rinse and repeat with the same guy with all these different guys. I don't know if you win anybody over doing that. I mean, yeah, it's the simple answer, but I don't know if it's. I don't know if they're putting their best creative minds on this project here. If that's just what we're working with.
Here's what I'd like to see. I don't think it's going to happen. I'd like to see AJ win his match.
Me too.
I'd like to see that happen, and then I'd like to see AJ as a surprise entrant in the Rumble.
I don't want to see that. if he gets in, then Gunther has to get in too. I mean, you can't put one in, one out. Well, then now you're burning 2 other spots.
I also feel like what happened Monday night was a travesty, and they are using it to build Finn up, and that's cool. That's cool and everything. But the fact that we didn't get a clear finish to Punk and AJ, I hated that. Even though, again, booking wise, who do you put over?
Right. You don't put. So you can't give somebody the W. But,
right.
And again, another clue for me that says there's no way AJ's done yet, because they left meat on the bone with Punk. There. Yeah, you don't tease it and leave meat on the bone just to throw the bone away, right?
Yeah.
You have to at least see if there's something there. And I mean, I don't think there's anybody that would doubt when Punk and AJ were promoing back and forth that people saw money there. There's no way you're going to...
definite money there.
Yeah, there's no way you're looking at that and saying, nothing. We couldn't get a dime out of that. Yeah. You're going to get money out of it. And WWE ain't about leaving money on the table, so I just don't see them letting that go.
I also think there's money on the table that are still there, because of what happened at the end of that. AJ looking at Finn going, hey, you interfered in my last chance for the title.
There's definitely that. And I think Punk probably works with Finn on the other side of Mania, probably going into Elimination Chamber. He doesn't have nothing else going on. He doesn't have any big feuds or anything until that happened last night. So I wouldn't be against Finn and Punk working February and some of March. And, obviously they're not going to carry it to the Rumble.
The only thing is, like, they've set this up for if it happens, it's a story that's believable if it happens, right?
Yeah.
So if it doesn't happen, how do you retire AJ?
I mean, maybe he just does like John and just says, hey, I'm going to wrestle until XYZ day, and then that's going to be my last match. And, then you can do whatever you want to get to him to get him to that last match. I mean, there's other ways to do it, but I don't know. Career match, unless you're Ric Flair wrestling Shawn Michaels. I mean, it's not going to carry that much weight in there, especially if Gunther just did it to John. God forbid, if AJ gets put in a sleeper and he smiles when he taps out too. I mean, at that point, it's going to be corny, and then it's just not going to carry the impact that we need.
Have you ever seen a career on the line match where it didn't end with the guy whose career on the line retiring?
I'm sure I have somewhere down the line.
I can't think of one.
Not off the top of my head. I would need time to do it, but I mean, I guarantee people have done it, and just for the sake of doing it, and didn't retire, house shows and local matches and things like that.
I mean, John's retirement, the way that they built that match was, hey, it's my last match whether I win or lose.
Yeah. So he didn't have a retire. His wasn't a loser. His wasn't.
It was
just
last match.
Yeah.
But I mean, when the two matches that come, you mentioned one was Rick and Shawn, and then Shawn and Taker. Yeah. Like, those are the two matches that come to mind, and both of those ended with the guy whose career was on the line is gone.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like the stip is too big for them not to pull the trigger on retiring AJ in this match.
We shall see. I think we're at odds on this one, so I think we'll have to pay special interest on Saturday afternoon. See where this goes.
True. All right, let's talk about the Women's Royal Rumble. Let's talk about this. So we got 30 entrants. Any surprises that you can think of?
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be some surprises in there. I've heard rumors about Paige coming back.
Paige.
I mean, with the whole. I would be interested to see Paige with, like, let's say Rhea and AJ Lee. I'd like to see them do like a little promo type battle with the three of them, similar looks, things like that. I've heard, rumblings. I've heard Britt Baker may be available to come back. So I was like, well, that would be a shock. That would be something surprising.
That would be cool.
It would be cool. But I think one of the issues that I'm starting to notice, and I heard it mentioned somewhere else, I don't remember where I heard it mentioned at, but I heard it mentioned, is there's a lot of AEW or former AEW talent floating around the top of WWE right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Cody at the top, CM Punk at the top, Jade Cargill at the top,
Ricky Saints in NXT.
Ricky Saints at the top. Jericho rumored to be coming back. If he comes back, he ain't a mid-carder, right?
Ethan Page is North American.
Ethan Page has a title. I mean, these people are, and what is it? What's Blake Monroe? She just came off a title. I mean, so there's a lot of people floating around from the, I guess only competition we got right now that have these prominent roles.
Right.
So I don't know if they bring back a Britt Baker in the midst of all these other people. Well, not bring back, but I don't know if they bring in a Britt Baker in the midst of all these other people. But if you're going to do it, why not, right? I mean, the Rumble is a great time to do it. And I don't know. So I want to say we haven't seen Britt Baker on AEW TV in like a year or more, but I haven't seen AEW TV in a year or more. So I don't know if she's been there or not. I hope she hasn't been there because I would much rather see her on WWE. But alas, those are kind of the only actual names I heard that aren't already affiliated with the company. Like, I've heard Nikki Bella and things like that. But I
think you're going to see Brie. I think Brie Bella will step
that would
up.
be a surprise.
I think you might see her. TNA wise, I actually think we might see the Iconics, not the Inspiration, the Iconics.
So yeah, I saw them post something on social media about what happened on NXT this week. So it wouldn't be against. I definitely wouldn't hate it. I mean, obviously, visually, I'm not going to complain about either one of them two coming back to the WWE. Give me all of that. Give me more of it if possible. But I wouldn't be surprised at that. I guess I just don't look at anybody from like TNA as technically a surprise because we know they got that working relationship and they've got past WWE ties. So I guess I don't see them as a surprise. But
So we talked about surprises. Who would you say is going to be your final 4, or if that's too hard, final 2?
well, I mean, I don't know if you even remember. I don't know if you listeners even remember, but sometime in early December, I said I think Bianca Belair is intended to win this because I don't see any other avenue for Jade Cargill to wrestle anyone else at WrestleMania than Bianca Belair. So I'm still sticking with that. I'm still sticking with her as my winner. Who she's in there last with, I mean, that could be a variety of anybody. That could be maybe a returning Tiffany Stratton. She could be in there. I mean, Becky could be in there at that point. I mean, you know, anybody could be in there at that point. I'd like to see Chelsea Green in that last 4 because I think she'd bring the comedic relief, and like her elimination could be funny, and she'll bring some levity to the situation, and she'll do great at the job. I mean, if they need somebody to do whatever they need her to do in that last 4, I think she deserves that for the season or the year she's had, and I think she'll do great in whatever they need her to do.
I think your last 4, I'm agreeing with you on Bianca. I'm agreeing with you on Tiffy. I think Liv will be in there as a last 4.
Yeah.
And then I think you're going to have a dark horse either in Sol Ruca or Blake Monroe.
Okay.
In there as a last 4.
NXT talent that withstands. I
Yep.
can see that. I can definitely see that.
And then I think
I don't know if I'm sacrificing Chelsea for one of them though, but I could see it either way. If Chelsea's last 5, I mean that's equal. I'll give her that. That's still pretty good.
And I'm assuming you're going with Bianca as your winner.
I'm not changing that. The only way they're changing that is if she somehow or another don't go to Saudi and like I find out that her finger's literally been torn off. That's the only way I'm seeing her not winning this thing.
I think unfortunately the winner we're going to get is Tiffy. I think it's going to be Tiffy time, and I'm really hoping they change it up and it's not Tiffy versus Jade.
There's no other way to go.
I would like to see Tiffy versus Stephanie Vaquer.
So you're ready for her to move over to Raw now? You've seen enough of her on SmackDown?
Her and Jade does not need to be on the same show.
No, so they definitely don't, but that's the thing. So if they do that, then I'm assuming you would think Bianca would win at Elimination Chamber?
Yep.
So I could definitely see that. I mean, you got to get there. Either way, as long as they get there where we're looking for them to go, I see it being good. The only thing for me, I don't see wasting a Bianca return on not winning the Rumble. It seems like she's been gone a long time. I mean, Tiffany Stratton's been gone a couple of months. Bianca's been gone almost a year.
Yep.
If she's going to come back, just for a Rumble surprise, knowing her history with Jade, knowing, how Jade's been acting, how she's basically went uber heel lately. She kind of won the title in a transitional role of trying to transition from babyface to heel. Well, she's uber heel now. I mean, she's beating down all the baby faces. She's bullying people. She's doing all that stuff. It seems like everything's been drawn up for Bianca Belair to come back. I mean, the last time we saw Tiffany wrestle Jade, God, Tiffany got mollywopped out there, so I had to find a way to get mollywopped in there. But Tiffany got mollywopped. I don't want to see that again.
No, I don't want to see that again. And honestly, though, my problem with Bianca winning the Rumble and going after Jade, how do you give them 3 months of a build to get to Mania? I don't have enough interest in those two in a program, especially after Bianca's been gone a year.
Yeah, it's hard there, but I mean, they can revisit them as best friends, them as tag team. I don't know.
3 months worth of that though, that's a lot.
Depends on what you can do creative with it now. If you want to be
Don't give it to Road Dogg.
No, yeah. Well,
sorry, Road Dogg.
Maybe.
Sorry,
I don't know.
Dogg.
So Road Dogg's gonna get a little emotional with it, but so I'll give him a nugget. I got 2 minutes for him. I'll give him a little nugget.
All right.
How about if they wander into the conversation that maybe Bianca knew that Naomi was the one that pushed Jade off that parking deck thing and pushed her into the car, and Bianca just didn't care because she was the champion and she wanted to stay the champion. What if they both kind of tween in that middle lane?
So then wouldn't that make Jade, though, the anti-hero out of
Well, that's what I mean. What if both of them are kind of like in the middle? Both of them are tweeners. They're not really good they're not really good girls, but they're not really bad girls. They're just the girls. It could be something like that.
So that means that match, though, at Mania doesn't need to be a regular match. It had to be a stip on that.
Definitely can't be a regular match because we don't need to see
No.
Jade trying to regular match her way through a WrestleMania match.
That would almost need to be like a last woman standing match.
Yeah,
or
you got.
something.
I mean, you got to gimmick it up a little bit just to get through a good match. But I feel like that's a great way to gimmick it up. If you say, hey, you know, Bianca may have turned her back on Jade. We don't know. Jade may have gone to the dark side because of this betrayal. Yeah, it's just a start. You know, obviously they got more heads that don't look like mine in that writing room to figure it out anyway, so they can develop it from there. I'm just giving them the seed to plant
right
to get there. So, but since they won't hire us to come there and develop the idea, I ain't giving them no more for free. Y'all call me and we'll negotiate me narrating this story out a little further for a fee.
So you running with Bianca and I'm running with Tiffy.
Okay,
right.
Neither bad choices. I don't think either one of us are in the loser seat if either one of them get the W.
Tiffy ain't never won the Rumble. Bianca has never won the Rumble.
No, neither one of them have won the Rumble.
So both of them will be the first time.
Yeah, it would be a first time for either one of them. So
interesting.
Yeah, I mean, and that's if that's the way they go. I mean, obviously they could always go. It's Triple H booking, right? They could just go to Charlotte Flair and just call it one.
Oh God,
her be a
please
two-time winner.
Please don't.
You know, hey, would you put it past them?
You know, if they're gonna pull some crap like that, let Jordan Grace win it.
I mean, at that point, you can do whatever.
If you're gonna do something like that, I mean. To me, though, this is your Mania match on the line here. This is your women's Mania main event. I mean, you got to go high profile. You can't put some crazy outlier story.
Yeah, you would think you want your top star. I mean, you know, who's going to carry you through the 2026 calendar year?
Is Tiffy still in the doghouse, though?
I would hope not. I mean, that's a good looking girl in the doghouse. So, I mean, don't waste your talent with an old grudge. I mean, you know, let that go. But I mean, you got two top tier talents, and I do think you were right about getting Tiffany off of SmackDown because she kind of ran through the whole gambit on SmackDown. I mean, hell, if she wrestles Nia Jax one more time, I'm done. I'm tapping.
They need to get her off, and please don't put her in a tag team either.
Yeah, definitely don't. I mean, because there's nobody that she's gonna like tag team with that's gonna mesh very well.
No, I mean
it worked
Blake,
for Charlotte.
Maybe Blake if they went there, but
maybe. But I mean, damn, look at all the nonsense you'd have to get through to get Blake called up and to find a way to get them together. And Jesus Lord, sometimes you don't have to fix what's not broke, and that ain't necessarily broke. Tiffany's gimmick ain't broke. It's just a little stale because she did it on SmackDown for like a year and a half.
Yep.
Move her over to Raw, give her fresh talent to work with, and hey, let the magic happen.
Yep. All right, let's talk about the men's Royal Rumble match. Who do we have for surprises there? Who are we thinking?
Is there anybody bigger than Judas that we think is going to be back in the? So, I mean, I could rattle off 1,000 names. I mean, hell, we might see the Street Profits. You remember they still wrestled in WWE?
They still around?
They're still around. We got to get Obafemi, right? If we don't get Obafemi at that point, you just squash that whole idea.
Okay, so Oba.
You notice you notice the theme amongst the people I'm mentioning right now? I'd like to get them some showcase here, but none of them are going to win.
Oba. If you put Oba in this match, I need to see Oba be Brock Lesnar-esque.
So Oba needs the Kevin Nash spot. He needs the Diesel spot.
I need to see him eliminate.
He needs to throw out 8-9 people.
At least 8 people.
Yeah, he needs to throw out 8 or 9 people. If he's in the Rumble, he needs that Diesel spot.
Yep.
Where that Diesel originated, you know, where you just go in there and mow through your jobber talent. And we know there's going to be mid-card guys in there. Tozawa be in there.
Please don't put Kip. Whatever his name is.
He'll be in there. And Otis will be in there.
And you ain't going to let Finn in? Come on.
Come on. Finn just committed a travesty on Monday night. He doesn't deserve a spot in. But, I mean, JD might be in there. So, hell, Oba can throw him out. I mean, there's a lot of guys on there we could get Oba to throw out.
I feel like we got an opening by default, though, Monday night, unfortunately.
Uh-oh.
We had an injury go down Monday night.
Oh, hell, again?
Yep.
How many more injuries can we have on
Well, with this one man, it's very a similar injury that keeps happening. And unfortunately, he cannot. I don't know how much longer he's going to be able to delay Father Time.
Oh, no.
Rey
Talking
Mysterio.
about Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
Well, he's Rey Mysterio Jr. So
He had to be carried out of the ring Monday night. It was off-camera fan footage.
Don't tell me it was a knee injury. Holy hell.
Yeah.
Ray's knees are all metal anyway. How much they can't injure? What do they do? Rust?
Well, he said on Logan Paul that he goes over to like Brazil or something like that for stem cell treatments and stuff. So, I think it's inevitable. Ray's days are numbered, but there should be. If he was in the Rumble, there's now probably an open spot.
Well, Ray's joking. If he's going over to Brazil for stem cell treatment, he's wasting time. He can go down to the mechanic on 5 and Dime down there and just get some WD-40 sprayed on them jokers, and he'd be ready to go. Yeah, hell, going all the way to Brazil for whatever they're doing over there, that's wasting money. He could go right down to the street mechanic, spray some WD-40 on them
he's
joints.
Using it as an excuse to go down to Carnival, man.
I ain't mad at him, especially if the company's paying for it. If it's rehab
Absolutely.
and the company's paying for a trip to Brazil, I ain't mad at it. You know what? Ray ain't actually the smartest man in wrestling. Hell.
So yeah, they could be an opening, but I definitely see we're gonna hear Break the Walls Down.
Are we? We're not gonna get Judas.
No.
I've heard rumors that WWE has trademarked the term Judas.
Correct. I think it will start out as Break the Walls Down, and then maybe I don't know if you get a lights go out or something. You might hear Judas after that. But I think in
that same scenario, I would prefer if they just did the Y2J countdown and then go into Judas. I don't need the song.
So
if they're
going to do the Y2J countdown, you got to do it. He's got to be number 30, and that'll be the last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. I don't know if he's number 1. He's old. He's too old to go 1.
Well, he ain't wrestled in a year.
He's too old to go 1.
He might have 50 minutes. Ric Flair went 60 minutes and 70. So
but Ric Flair went 60 minutes every night of his career.
But he spent 45 of those minutes laying on his ass.
That is true.
Rick don't bring that up. Rick will make you think that he was Rey Mysterio for 60 minutes. But I digress.
So, all right. So surprise wise, any other major return surprises that you can think of? I think we went through them all.
It's kind of in that same vein of thought where you were talking about it'd probably be like TNA talent that we're not expecting. I mean, you might get like the Hardys, something like that. Yeah, you might get Moose out there, who it would be a great guy for Obafemi to throw out, but that's neither here nor there as well. But yeah, like you bring in a Hardy, you bring in like Jeff Hardy or something like that. I mean, the nostalgia factor, the crowd's going to go nuts. They're going to go banana as we would hear. Stuff like that. You can use a lot of TNA guys to get that part of it over. But as far as like your AEW talent, I don't think there's anybody else besides Chris Jericho that would make you that anxious to see. So I don't think there's any point in wasting the spot. At that point, you just use your roster that you got. I mean, but again, bring back all these guys that we haven't seen in the last 9-10 months. Like I said, where's Montez Ford at? Where, he was rumored to be world champion at one time. Now he don't even get TV time. So, I mean, bring some of those guys in, get your NXT talent showcased, get your, main roster guys that you're not showing out there. Those are easy eliminations for a guy like Oba. But take your 3 or 4 guys that you want to showcase them.
All right, so let's talk about who do you see as the final 2 or final 4. And if anybody out there in podcast land is thinking that your final 2 or final 4 is going to come down to Cody and Jacob, sorry. As soon as them 2 boys meet in the ring, they're going to eliminate each other and brawl through the crowd
and fight all the way back to the. There's no way neither one of them are going to walk. Because again, the bottleneck, right?
Yep.
What you don't need to do is if you're trying to get, all right, well, let's work backwards here. Roman is who I'm looking at as winning, right?
I will agree with you.
Yeah, I don't see any point in the hype that they've put around him. I mean, I saw a 40-foot statue of the Roman finger that they're building over there in Saudi. They spending all that time building.
What's that finger used for, sir?
I mean, I don't know, but it's 40 feet of it, so they can use it for a lot of stuff. Over there in Saudi, I don't know if you want to know what it's being used for.
That's true.
We're going to digress out of that, too, so we don't become casualties of war. But nonetheless, they ain't doing all that. They ain't putting all this pomp and circumstance and all this hype around the return of the tribal chief for him to go over there and get knocked out like 27 or nothing. He's going to be in that last 2. He's going to be in the last 2. He's more than likely going to win. I don't see a funky deal like they did last year with like where it was John and Jay and then, Jay got a trick win over John. I don't see them doing any of that with Roman. I see, like a big spear, probably a clothesline over the top for whoever he eliminates. And, and then I see the fireworks, and I'd see the heavens opening to welcome Roman in from the Samoan gods, and I feel like they're going to make all the pomp and circumstance humanly possible over there to celebrate a Roman.
Got to remember where we are. Got to remember who's paying for the event.
Exactly.
So Roman definitely is my choice to win. I think his final dance partner is Brock. I think it's a WrestleMania 4 years running rematch.
They definitely didn't put Brock in that WrestleMania commercial for Vegas to not have him showcased.
I think it's Roman and Brock as your final two. I also think I'm really, really hoping that Oba is I think he's somewhere.
In that because again, we talked about in the women's, you got to have one of those young talent that you're ready to elevate. And what better way than to have Oba Femi in there trading blows with Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar? I mean, come on now. If you're going to put a guy over, that's how you do it. And God forbid if you let him eliminate one of those guys. I mean, whoever's going to win, if Oba gets to eliminate that guy, and let's say, for Christ's sake, if he eliminates Brock Lesnar, holy hell, now I don't even want to see Gunther and Brock no more. I want to see Oba and Brock. Yeah. So that would take us down a path that would give us a lot of meat on the bone, because them two guys they never touched.
Yep.
But when they touch, I mean, that's going to be two damn horses in there.
That's your unfortunate, that's your Brock Keith Lee match.
Essentially, that's happened. Where I'm thinking of when I'm bringing it up, because we remember when Brock and Keith met up in Rumble, and Brock and Keith Lee he hung in there.
Yep.
I remember, and Brock sold. He gave him what he needed. He had the surprise face. He took the bumps. Like Keith was handling him, and it's like, whoa, wait a minute.
Yep.
Brock just threw out 45 guys 5 minutes ago. Now this guy's rolling with. Okay, this guy's a player. I feel like they do that same thing with Oba Femi. I don't feel like you missed that opportunity. And I don't see a guy like Brock saying no to it. I see a guy like Brock saying, hell, this is the youngest guy on the roster that can actually make a good-looking match with me. Hell yeah, I want some of that. Give me all of that. Yeah. I don't see him passing that up at all.
It's going to be an interesting Rumble. Again, we're running with Roman, taking the Rumble.
No whole lot of discussion on that.
And if Roman does walk out the victor of the 2026 Royal Rumble, it better be Roman versus CM Punk.
Yeah, I don't see any other way going with that either. Because, I mean, I know the conversation was Roman and Drew for the title, but we've seen that already, right?
I don't want to see that again.
No, I want to see Roman on Netflix. I want to see Roman unfiltered. And, I don't want to, with the way USA had him filtered, with the way, SmackDown had him filtered. I know Netflix isn't like, it isn't like Cowboys and Indians out there, where you can do whatever, say whatever. I know it ain't that, but they do have more leash to give than USA has, right?
Look,
I want to see Roman explore whatever boundaries they're able to push on Netflix. I want to see him be the one that pushes.
You already got Jay and Jimmy over on Raw running around with the tag belts. So, I mean, you can put the old school bloodline back together.
It ain't a stretch to get the old school bloodline on the other channel, though, kind of doing the same thing over there. Again, Netflix hasn't seen it. Now, the fans have seen it. We all know what we get when you got the bloodline together, but Netflix hasn't seen it. What Netflix did, though, is when they bought this product, they were buying it off the strength of what the bloodline was doing over on SmackDown before. So they were looking at, well, hell, SmackDown was on Fox, and, they were getting 3 million viewers every week, to whereas now we're only getting, 1 million. Well, I want some of what they had. I want some of what Fox had. Now, granted, Fox is, broadcast TV, so everybody can watch it, so you're going to get more eyes on it. But the fact of the matter is, Fox is bigger than USA. It always will be because of broadcast. And Netflix is trying to get to that level. They want to be considered broadcast TV. I mean, you have to subscribe to get it, but everybody's got a Netflix. So
now everybody's wanting to know why. I can hear you out there right now. I can hear the questions coming loud and clear in podcast land. I feel it. I hear it. I'm going to acknowledge you. Here we go. You ready?
Acknowledge me.
Everybody's wondering why we ain't talking about Braun Breaker. Why isn't Braun Breaker going to win the Royal Rumble? Well, here's why.
Bottleneck.
Yeah, well, not only that, but ESPN spoiled the surprise of Seth Rollins is returning.
Yeah, they definitely let that.
Did you see
Seth's
face?
Oh yeah,
he was like a deer.
I think I sent you that when I saw it, they clipped right away from it. They didn't let you see, but if you dig around, you can find the actual ESPN interview, the real thing that happened. And yeah, like when they said it, I mean, and of course he deflected. He tried his best to pretend like it hadn't gotten said, but hell, he knew when he heard it. He was like, holy hell, that's ruined. So, but let's be honest, Seth, we done talked about this before.
Yeah.
You wasn't sneaking into Saudi this weekend and nobody
happening.
Catching you on camera somewhere. the secret's out, but
I fully expect him to show up, eliminate Bron Breakker.
Yeah.
I mean that's how it's
probably get eliminated right behind
and
him,
then like Logan Paul or somebody else.
Then those two wander off into Mania together.
Yep. So as we draw closer to this afternoon Royal Rumble, on the
afternoon
East Coast,
rumbling.
As we draw closer, look on the West Coast, get out your pancakes. It's
Oh yeah, they're having breakfast rumble over there. I mean, God, that's like that thing we had over there in Australia when it was 4 a.m. or something like that. That's what it's going to feel like for Cali and those guys. You know, if you're in Vegas this weekend, you're waking up to the Rumble. So I mean, it's like Saturday morning cartoons almost.
So as we draw closer, who is your prediction to win the Royal Rumble on the men's or women's side? Reach out on our social media platforms. Drop us a line. Let us know your thoughts. It could be a crazy event with astronomical things happening. And according to Hunter, there's tons of surprises. But just remember, Hunter has taken the role of Vince. He is now the carny. He's got to sell you the event.
Yeah, he's going to tell you what he needs to tell you and maybe or maybe not pay off. Now, he isn't as bad as Tony Khan.
No, he's not.
Who has predicted everything is the best, the biggest, and the bright. Tony Khan's like wrestling Trump.
He is.
So we'll leave that at We'll leave that there. We'll leave that.
All right, everybody. Thank you for listening to today's episodes. Again, drop us a line, social media platform. Tell us your thoughts. Let us know what you're thinking. And with that, happy Royal Rumble, and we will bid you adieu.
Peace. Now
today's podcast was produced by SBP. You can find our podcast on all major podcast platforms. Also, connect with us on our social media accounts. Search for The Bookers Alliance on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and X.